There was a young boy named Johnny, who used to travel on a train every week to visit his grandparents. He would always sit in the same seat by the window and watch the world go by. As the train chugged along, one day, as he was settling into his seat, an old man sat down next to him. Johnny was feeling a bit bored and decided to strike up a conversation with the man. They talked about everything from the weather to their favorite foods, but eventually, the conversation turned to jokes. The old man told Johnny a joke about a chicken crossing the road, and Johnny couldn't stop laughing. He told the old man a joke he had heard about a doctor who forgot his stethoscope and ended up using a carrot to examine his patients. The old man laughed so hard that tears came to his eyes. From that day forward, Johnny looked forward to his weekly train rides, not just to see his grandparents, but also to hear more jokes from the old man. He learned that a good joke could lighten even the dreariest of days and bring people together in laughter. As Johnny grew older, he never forgot the power of a good joke. He would tell jokes at family gatherings, work events, and even during tough time when his friends needed a pick-me-up. And every time he did, he remembered the old man on the train and the joy he had brought into his life. You see, a good joke is like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. It can lift our spirits and make us forget our troubles, even if just for a moment. And that's why jokes have utility on any occasion, whether it's a wedding, a funeral, a job interview, or just a regular day. A good joke can make all the difference. So, next time you find yourself in a tough spot, remember Johnny and the old man on the train. Share a joke with a friend, a family member, or even a stranger. You never know how much it might brighten their day. Johnny also learned that a good joke could break the ice and bring people together, especially when they didn't know each other well. In fact, he made many new friends over the years simply by telling a joke or two. He remembered one time when he was at a party and didn't know anyone there. He was feeling a bit awkward and out of place, but he decided to share a joke he had heard earlier that day. To his surprise, everyone laughed, and soon he was surrounded by people who wanted to hear more jokes. Johnny also learned that jokes could be used to diffuse tense situations. One time, he was in a meeting at work that was getting heated. People were arguing, and it seemed like there was no way to find a solution. So, he decided to tell a joke he had heard recently, and everyone in the room burst out laughing. Suddenly, the tension dissipated, and people were able to come to a compromise. Johnny realized that jokes were like a secret weapon. They had the power to transform a negative situation into a positive one. They could help people connect, break down barriers, and even solve problems. Johnny remembered a time when he was going through a difficult breakup. He was feeling down and couldn't see any way out of his sadness. But then, a friend told him a joke about a man who tried to sell his broken vacuum cleaner on eBay. The man wrote a long description of all the things that were wrong with it, but then added, "But it still sucks." Johnny laughed and realized that even though he was feeling broken, he still had the ability to find joy and humor in life. The joke helped him see that his problems were just a small part of the bigger picture, and that he would eventually move on. Jokes also have the power to unite people, regardless of their differences. Johnny saw this firsthand when he traveled to different parts of the world and heard jokes from people of different cultures and backgrounds. He realized that even though they spoke different languages and had different traditions, they could all laugh at the same silly jokes. In fact, Johnny often used jokes to bridge the gap between different cultures. He would tell a joke that he had heard from someone in another country, and watch as people from different backgrounds laughed together.